How have you guys pivoted your recruitment travel tactics this fall?
I think obviously we're all in similar boats, right? Depending on the state that you're from as well, I think it has a lot to do with what the travel season will look like. Here in Connecticut, we've been fortunate that our COVID numbers have been pretty low as of recently. So we are able to do a small travel here and there. But our plan really has been pivoted to doing more frequent, smaller events on campus, limiting the amount of people that can attend those, but doing them more frequently. So we're able to still have visitors on campus, but make sure that it's safe for our visitors and our faculty and our staff. We've also implemented virtual information sessions throughout the week. We're trying to do them at different times throughout the week as well. So this way, it's convenient for parents and for students. And I think that, by doing that, it's allowing us to, again, expand our geographic reach for the amount of students that are able to, that may not have been able to come to campus, but can still now learn more about Albertus because of virtual sessions. And lastly, I think one of the things that was talked about in the poll there was virtual high school visits. And that's going to be an interesting one. I know a lot of high schools are doing it a lot of different ways. So we, as an institution, made the investment to actually purchase a business Zoom account, because one of the things that we found was that if you have just a free version of Zoom, after 40 minutes, you're kind of cut off if there's more than one user. So we made the investment to do that. And we've also made other investments in texting software where students can text us their information like a digital inquiry card. So hopefully, those ways, those investments will help us still get the information that we need and still get that information out to students.
Absolutely. Emily, what about you guys? What have you guys done to pivot recruitment travel?
Yeah, so we all know that back in March when COVID-19 kind of snuck up on us, we had to pivot very quickly and with very little planning. So we very quickly, within a week, went from having an on-campus preview day, an open house event, to a virtual event. Needless to say, it wasn't the best. It wasn't ideal. There were hiccups with the technology. So looking ahead to this fall semester, we have been able to strategically plan an entire semester of virtual recruitment. So whether that be virtual open house and preview events for large audiences, over 1,000 students and their families, or it's the virtual high school visits, we have put forth a virtual recruitment plan to reach out to our prospective students and to reach out to our high school counselors. We actually had our high school counselor advisory board meeting last week. It was very enlightening to hear what their thoughts are on how we move forward and the struggles that they're even having with their high school students. Some of them being in the classroom, some of them being virtual, their limitations on enrollment counselors actually going into the high schools. So it was great to hear their thoughts on that. So we are offering many different components, whether it be virtual, in-person visits to the high schools. The other thing that we're offering are the one-on-one virtual information sessions. So it's actually an interactive session. We are the Gamecocks. So we're calling them Cocky Chats, and students can schedule those Cocky Chats on demand with any of our admissions counselors or our financial aid counselors if they're wanting that one-on-one experience without having to come to campus. And as Ben mentioned, we have seen a decrease in our COVID-19 cases locally. So we've been able to revisit very individualized campus tours on campus. So we're doing campus tours every hour on the hour for one family. And so that's worked out well that we are still able to offer that to prospective students.